get ready for the next battle. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, one of the much anticipated episodes is going to happen this night. Ayan, in this episode, we're going to deep dive into the world of fighting games, exploring their rich history and evolution while engaging in a fantastic exercise of imagination. Our panelists will not only share their first experiences and favorite fighting games, but they will also pitch their ultimate fighting game ideas. From style, mechanics, to the characters and storylines, they'll create a complete blueprint for a new fighting game that will captivate and excite fans for the genre. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the 142nd episode of the G3 Podcast.
Welcome to the G3 Podcast. We're going to be talking about everything geeky and nerdy in between comic books, toys, video games, movies, you name it, we got it.
You're tuned in to the loudest, craziest, and most excited bunch of geeks and nerds on this side of the planet. You're about to dive into everything nerdy and geeky in between.
This
is the G3 Podcast. Gamers, geeks, and good times.
And ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the G3 Podcast. It's another Saturday and a fun-filled episode, I guess this episode is going to challenge our mental gymnastics and at the same time our creativity and probably, crazy ideas out there. So yeah, sit back, relax, and enjoy. We got the gang here. We got Captain Mike. We got Trickster. We got Rene Cruz Jr. as well. There's the four of guys, ladies and gentlemen. Chino is out. So again, if bago pa lang kayo sa channel or matagal kayo hindi nakapanood ng G3 Podcast, we're sticking to the four-man format. Every episode, it's going to be 4 people. Maybe next episode, may isa sa amin ang wala. And then, yeah, Trickster, what is wrong? What's happening? Why are you having a headache?
No. I'm thinking. Thinking because of these.
Ganyan ka mag-isip.
ang hirap na pinapagawa ni Rene, no? Ang hirap ng assignment. So basically, this episode, we had an assignment. This is the first episode that we had an actual assignment to do. And I don't know, but it was fun. It was fun making
a testament to my faith in you guys. I know you guys are creative. You guys are, borderline insane. So I really want to hear your ideas all the time.
All right, before we hear each other's ideas, how did you guys? How's your week, guys? What you do? What you do last weekend? Let's start with Rene.
Just recovered from another flu. Like every other week na lang yata ako nagkakasakit. So it's the weather is really fucking me up. Kagabi lang ulit ako nakapag-gym after. I know it sounds like a weird thing, pero 2 days is a long time when it's a routine.
And it's the pain.
Yeah,
talaga.
I miss the pain. So I'm still a little under the weather, pero definitely better than I was like 2 days ago. Like literal, I didn't. I'm one of those people who don't like sick leave because I'd rather save my sick leave for when I'm better.
Well, true.
And work from home lang naman ako. So like,
you can power through naman.
Ako.
Right?
Nakakahiga lang ako para kill me. Okay na. I'm glad I was able to make it to this episode. And since I'm not hosting, okay lang kahit mawalan ako ng boses halfway through.
Alright. Alright, Trickster, how about you, Trickster?
Okay. I was sick. I was well for 2 days. Pero headache lang naman. Like nahilo. But after that, I decided to play like bunch of games lately. first, I've been trying Smite 2. Pretty fun. Smite, not all of the gods are still there. What was the other one? Oh yeah, I got back to Marvel Rivals, and I got roped into playing Fortnite. So yeah,
Yeah, you traitor. Nag-send si
mean?
Mike ng screenshot.
Like, screenshot.
Nag-send si Mike ng screenshot, it was Trickster playing Fortnite. Like, you fucking traitor. Dang.
I mean,
Alright.
yeah, the boys got me a skin since they can't handle me being the guy from Fortnite skin. So they actually got me a skin for Fortnite.
Alright.
Who do
Shout
you,
out to you guys.
wait, Trix, I'm just curious. Who do you main on Marvel Rivals?
One of
Depends
those
on the role.
Spider-Man guys.
Like
Well,
I usually,
who's your personal favorite to use?
Squirrel Girl. I play Squirrel Girl on Duelist.
You are
On
the literal worst. Okay.
Squirrel Girl on Duelist. On Vanguard, I play fuck. Captain America. And on
Of
Strategist,
course.
it's usually Loki and Susan Storm.
Dude, people play Susan Storm just to get a view of her back. That's
Yeah.
it.
She is incredibly strong, surprisingly.
I mean, based on that ass, yeah, she is.
Yes, dude. I don't care if my team dies. I just need a view of that back. You know?
Para ano lang siya, no? Maaasar ka lang sa kanya if she actually turns invisible. Parang,
Oh, I want to see the thing.
And then, no, I mean, if you're invisible, you can still see the outlines. Like, damn, it's pronounced. Okay.
Diba? Damn. Alright, Mike, how about you? I heard you have something.
I had a something. I've been siguro ng mga past few days I've been lalabas ako. I have to take care of personal stuff, tapos pagbalik ko sa bahay I have to fix some stuff, tapos and yun yung reason kung bakit naka-blur din yung background ko. We will be launching content pala for G3 in relation to what you're seeing now behind me.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
daming porn yan, Mike.
Oh.
Oh.
Ito just a clue.
In 4K.
Mike spent more than this January, yung spending ni Mike is more than what I spent last year combined.
Oh,
Yun
yun,
lang
yun.
masasabi ko. Yeah.
I
Those things in his back. Yeah.
and I
Yeah.
know
This
what you
month
buy,
alone.
kasi you don't buy cheap shit. So, tangina,
In
Mike.
this month alone, yun yung clue ng content ni Mike. And I'm pretty
First,
excited, Mike.
I'm
Pretty
gonna
excited.
put Mike on blast for a bit. Sabi mo, wala kang trabaho. Ba't ang dami mong pera? Ano ba yan? There are so many
Very
questions.
suspicious.
Yes. And your questions are valid naman. It will be explained real soon bakit
Ang question ko is, anong krimen ka involved at paano pa kami makakasali?
Well, not
It starts with the
yeah.
letter S, and it's not what you think na letter S.
Yeah.
Sex work?
Oh.
Sex worker ka!
Sinusumpa mo.
Hindi
Papakulang
pa
ka,
tayo.
no?
Hindi.
Papakulang.
Basta it's
Pero
an
yun nga,
establishment that starts with the letter S. Yun lang yun.
Wala silang ano dyan.
7-Eleven.
Salamangero.
Tagabukas ng pinto sa 7-Eleven. 1K per day.
Oh, malay
Kita
mo.
Oy, di joke yun ha. Kumikita sila ng halos 1K per day. Bumubukas lang ng pinto sa 7-Eleven.
Okay.
That's legit, dude.
Sige. Mamaya, before I go to the gym, kasi I pass by 7-Eleven, yung guy na nagbubukas ng pinto, hindi ko nabibigyan ng pareha. Kasi na 1K per day ka eh. Tingnan mo ang pareha.
Talo mo pa ang daily ng isang taga contact center or yung ordinary na ano. Grabe yun.
Alright, let's get this show on the road. Mike, pretty excited on what you are about to, put out. Yung mga ipapalabas mo, no, sa public. Ayan. And yeah, let's start this off with how did we have this episode? Alright. So, as you all know, majority of the guys in G3 are big fans of fighting games, like especially Trickster. Trickster is our god of fighting games in G3. All right. Then we got Chino, who is the champion. We got Rene, pretty invested in fighting games as well, right? Ako naman, fighting my inner demons. 'Di ba? Yung ako, fighting din 'yun. It's still fighting, but still fighting my inner demons. Mike, fighting with age, fighting with time. Right? So, yun yung,
And
yun yung,
time
we're
is
fighting.
winning.
What about time is winning?
Grabe.
Para na kayo si Vandal Savage, si Mike eh. Di ba? Bata pa rin
Si
tignan,
Bandang
di ba?
sabi.
Tignan mo. Diba? So we had this episode kasi nga, we are really into fighting games. We got Tricksters playing professionally. We got dyan si Champion, si Chino, di ba? I played sometime, I was into Tekken for a brief moment because my wife was kicking my ass in Tekken and I have to learn how to play Tekken just to beat her back, right? So, how did it start? How did fighting games really start? So let's start it off with a history lesson. I know it's gonna be boring, but I'm gonna keep it short and sweet. So, the history of fighting games, started in 1976 with a game called Heavyweight Champ and Karate Champ. So that they set the foundations of the genre. And the late 80s and 90s, we saw the iconic franchises come to life, like Street Fighter, we got Mortal Kombat, and we got Virtua Fighter, who brought 3D graphics and deep combat mechanics further into the genre, like ring outs, underwater levels. And then as the genre matured, it faced challenges and an identity crisis, right? Because you've seen a game that you're fighting someone. Oh, it's a fighting game. Then Punch Out is a fighting game. But no, it's not a fighting game. It's a boxing simulator, right? And then you got Super Smash Brothers. I think pinag-usapan natin to off-stream. Is Super Smash Brothers a fighting game? It is not a fighting game. It's, ayun, Trickster? What do you call that? It's a party game. Or, I don't know. What's the
It's
more
a party game
professional
for
term?
people with it's a
Platform
uh,
fighter. There
yeah,
we go.
it's a party game for people with minimal friends.
With minimal friends.
Yeah.
Mag-sorry ka, kailangan mo mag-public apology, Rene. You've just insulted 4 people. You have to make a public apology.
One of them is Tricks because I remember when we had a booth sa ESGS, siya yung nagdala ng Super Smash.
So just
Oh.
3 people.
Supposed to
Yeah.
be a community thing, damn it. I didn't expect you to bring pros to me. Like, what the fuck?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And then after the identity crisis, people stuck to the idea that fighting games should be either 2D, 3D, the emergence of Tekken, and then the newer, like, you got, what you call this? You got your Bloody Roars, you got your Killer Instincts, right? And then later on, tournaments happen. Like, it became worldly accepted, professional players are playing the game, and then from arcade machines to home consoles, So, all in all, fighting games has been a part of our childhood, especially as Filipinos, right? So, yeah. And then with developers continually innovating, keeping the players engaged, what's more, diba? What can fighting games have to offer? That's why we have this episode. We have a bunch of ideas, and if developers are watching this video, please write it down. I don't know, they might get ideas, pwede ka
Yeah.
nilang i-credit doon, like
Oh.
may palit kang pangalan for this one special mechanic or feature we shout out or dedicate to, like, Rene Cruz Jr. for the boobality, something like that. I don't know.
Oh my God, I didn't even think of that. That
Oh, no,
sounds
no.
amazing. Please tell me more.
That existed already, pero
It's not a shit
I like
game.
that.
Is that a shit hentai game? Like,
no, it's an actual thing that someone tried to rival Mortal Kombat over. If you remember something called Tattoo Assassins, where
Yeah, I remember that. SNES, right? No,
it never
PS1.
it never released the Tattoo Assassins.
Ooh.
It had something like nudality and then poopality, where you turn your character.
Poopality?
Yeah, you turn your enemy into an actual pile of shit.
Shit. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah, poop palette.
Parang
Alright.
parang 12 years old yung nag-develop.
Alright. So let's start this with a question of the panel. What was your first experience, playing a fighting game as a kid? Alright, let's start with the most experienced person in the group. Let's start with Trickster.
Oh my God, I was expecting Mike.
no. Experience.
Oh,
Kasi
well.
music up yan, pancreation yan. You know?
Visit na to. Fire.
It depends on what you'd expect for a fighting game. As a kid, I guess it would be Kung Fu, the NES one.
Yeah.
And then as a formality, I'd say that's the Street Fighter 2. I earned my fucking calluses on you doing those special moves. By the way, those are not not easy to perform when you have smooth baby hands. So,
Smooth.
Yeah,
baby
I remember
hands.
Kung Fu. That was like ting 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 ting.
and then
Like something like that.
oh,
Yeah, yeah, I remember that game.
Is that technically a fighting game? Oo nga, no? Yeah,
It's
is.
technically it's a single player fighting game.
Yeah.
Ang daming variations nung kalaban. There was this one guy with
The one with the chain is
with the
the
fighting
ball
chain.
and chain. Yeah,
The one
it
with
was
the
a
girl
pain
with
in
the
the
fan.
ass. Yeah. Good. Yeah, it's like
The
damn,
very
brings back
racist
childhood.
sounds.
All right, Rene, how about you? What's your first experience?
Yeah. I mean, aside from that game that we were just talking about, because I never really enjoyed it. I didn't like fighting games when I was younger. Because for me, like video games, like you control a character, you fulfill a story or save someone. Mario. So that was it for my time. So Mario or Circus Charlie, which is so often a personal favorite of mine. So yeah, so playing single player quest based games until Street Fighter 2 came into the fucking arcades and just fucking grabbed me because again you have all these
was
characters.
it Blanca?
No, it's Steel. Uh, I mean, I guess like it was the first time that I saw a fighting game with multiple characters. Because I've seen Street Fighter 1 in the arcades, which is basically you get Ryu or Ken na palette swap lang naman of the same guy.
Oh,
But Street Fighter 2 had all of these like fucking like the dude from India and like a wrestler, my childhood crush Chun-Li. So it's all and it's like I guess I'm always I'm very motivated by good characters. Like I would play. I've said this before. I would play a shitty game as long as they have good characters.
Diversity.
No,
No.
never.
Okay.
well, to be fair, Street Fighter is very
It's
diverse.
Very diverse. Yeah, very diverse. Each nation is properly
Represented.
And
In Jamaica.
I'd like to think it was very accurate representation. I assumed that everyone from India can do the yoga flame.
Yeah, like every American can do Giles upside down kick.
You did that one. But it's so Street Fighter 2 really grabbed me, and since then, I was genuinely interested in fighting games until I discovered my ultimate favorite, which is Mortal Kombat. Excluding Mortal Kombat 1, because that's fucking bullshit. It doesn't count.
Dude.
It doesn't exist.
Mamaya na yung favorites. We have a segment for that. All right, just we're asked the first. All right, Mike. Okay, aside from fighting saber-toothed tigers and mammoths in the wild, what was your
Or
first?
putting yourself
fighting
to
game?
Julius Caesar.
Oh, yeah.
Gladiator fights.
Yan.
Pero ang controls mo lang, di ba ganun lang?
Ganun lang. Easy yan eh. Tsaka ganun.
Mm.
Sa exposure ko to fighting games, my first fighting game, actually, ewan ko kung paano siya i-consider the fighting game eh. It's Karateka.
Karateka.
Yung,
I was about to ask kung ano yon and then Trick started doing that. Pero, okay, I know. I know that game.
Okay, so first exposure ko nun when I was 6, when I found na yung meron ako yung fascination to computer games. Tapos, ah wala akong masyadong na fighting games kung hindi sumunod na kagad yun nga, yung mga usual mo, yung mga versus games, diba? O ER Kung Fu na, ano. Pero when we're talking about fighting games, as in fighting games talaga, first exposure ko nun was Street Fighter 1.
Ah.
Yung may
That
pressure pit.
So, when I was a kid, naalala ko noon, nasa New York ako noon. I got so bored kasi wala akong kalaro doon di ba? Naglaro when I was doing the laundry, may nakita akong dalawang arcade machines doon sa laundry place na yon. It was yung WWF pa noon na wrestling game and then yung Street Fighter. No one played Street Fighter back then So, ang thing kasi sa US, when you put tokens, kasi sa atin kasi we use the tokens, pupunta pa tayo sa counter, get tokens. Sa kanila, 25 cents, yung quarters. So, hindi ko alam, sobrang naglalaro ko ng Street Fighter, hindi ako makalagpas ng stage 2. Yung quarters na dapat ilalagay ko dun sa laundry, nagamit ko dun sa
Yun.
Palo!
So, pinaglaba ka, kagamit kamay. Diba?
Palo ko nun.
Miguel!
Wala ka sa akin.
Bakit hindi ba malinis ang brief ko?
Actually, ang tanong nga nun, Miguel, ba't hindi pa to nagda-dryer to mga to? Kasi they had a separate one for the washer and dryer. So,
ba't ang baho ng mga damit mo?
Ba't may kalyo yung kamay mo, hindi ka naman naglaba?
Hindi. Yan yung last week's episode.
Last week's episode. Okay.
okay, so yun, tapos nag-evolve siya. Nung nasa Pinas na, it was Street Fighter 2 and then Tekken 3, then you have the Virtua Fighter, Soul Calibur. Yun na yung mga sunod-sunod na yun.
Alright. So, I mean, very similar, diba, right? I think mine, kung di ako nagkakamali, was the first Marvel versus Capcom. So, medyo kayo, nag-start kayo sa mga SNES
Yan yung distinct difference sa age. Kasi all of us
diba,
had
right?
Street Fighter 2.
Kasi when the first mall was built, and then an arcade was there, it was, Sonic Boom pa yung pangalan ng arcade. I remember it. And then piso din yung hinuhulog. So, basta, ewan ko anong tawag sa inyo, basta tawag namin hulog piso.
Pero literal piso ba yung hinuhulog na?
Piso, piso.
We had those as well. As in, may timer.
Yung parang tutunog, tit, 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 tit. Mamamatay yung monitor. So, hindi siya parang arcade na, like, when you put coins, may one life ka. Hindi siya ganun. Okay. So, it's totally different. Diba? Ganun siya.
So, sa Gen Santos, so ano yun? Sonic Boom.
Like, Sonic Boom, yun. So, it's Marvel versus Capcom. And again, if piso lang yung pera mo, so it doesn't matter if natapos mo yung level 1 or round 1 ng mabilis or you'd still have 3 minutes of playing time.
How much, whenever you would go there, ilan ang piso na meron ka usually? Average, nadala mo lang.
Like, talagang isang piso. Kasi pag, if dalawa kayo maglalaro, pwedeng isang piso lang Pwede kayo mag-2-player na isang piso lang. So it's not that arcade version na kailangan maghulog din yung isa, 'di ba? So pwede kayong dalawa. So minsan naghahanap ako ng mag-isa lang, "Uy, laro tayo." Ganun. Pag wala akong dalang pera, laro tayo.
Naghahanap ng biktima.
So ganun, 'di ba? Ganun, like, "Uy, laro tayo." Kakaibiganin ako doon, "Uy, maraming pera tong putangin na to. Tara, laro tayo." Ganun.
I always love hearing about Josh's binangkal days.
So yun lang. So yun. The first Marvel versus Capcom, I think may combo. I remember may combo back then was Wolverine and Spider-Man. Kasi sabi nila yun daw yung malakas na combo something. And then, yun yung first ko talaga.
It was fairly competent yung Wolverine Spider-Man.
Well, hearing it from you guys, akala ko naloko ako so I keep losing.
No. Skill issue.
It depends on how you use it.
Yeah, I think skill issue. Alright. So, again, guys, you've heard it from the gang. First ever exposed. I think you guys as well, no, shared, I think meron dito si Stanley yata, meron din siya, si Chris, sabi dito, karateka sa SNES, di ba? So, I've been reading comments, ayaw kong agawan ng segment si Mike. Let's move on to our favorite segment. We got Captain Mike's pabati portion.
Yun. Thank you guys. Ulit dun sa mga nag-comment. Ang dami nag-comment pag-start pa lang ng podcast. As in, ang dami na kagad nagko-comment. Hindi ko alam kung pabati talaga to or ano pero sige, start tayo from the top. Medyo mahaba-haba tong pag-scroll ko na to. Ang pagpasok pa lang, unang first blood kagad, lalales ka.
Unahan niyo si Stanley?
Oo, naunahan niyo si Stanley. Pero tapos si Stanley ngayon sumunod. Tapos ang banat kagad ni Stanley dito, hello ate HR, lalalas ka. And tita Len. Siyempre binati kagad si Stanley. Dito nga pala, no, si Stanley nga rin pala, mostly nandyan din, nagmo-moderate din doon sa Twitch channel natin. Si Alim is also here. Shoutout nga pala kay ate ko, Claude. Yan.
Ito nga ate ba yan? Or alam mo na?
Hindi, bali older than Stanley, ganun. Ewan ko kung ano tong Amerikano na to.
Kape kasi ako.
Okay, Starbucks na. Starbucks baka naman. Kaya pala sabi Stanley. Okay. Ang tanong pala dito kay Trickster. Hatsune Miku kaya ba nag-Fortnite?
That's part of the reason.
Oh, part of the reason.
Wait, educate me on this weeb bullshit. Sino si Hatsune Miku?
Hatsune Miku is a voice synthesizer that has a model. So basically, it's a thing in Japan where they use the voice synthesizer to create songs. So that's how it blew up. And
Okay.
yeah.
So
It got so big that she started getting concerts. It's around the early 2000s to 2010s.
Oh. I'm looking at photos now. Weird. Okay.
Yan. Tapos, sumunod tayo dito. Sabi niya talaga, pag matanda talaga blur lagi. Sa paningin, oo, kailangan mo na ng salamin. Limal
Si
ka.
Raymond yan. Raymond.
Raymond. Si JDM din pala is also here. Tapos, gumati na. Good evening. 4K blurred pa yan.
Oh.
Is it? To. Magandang hashtag for today. Sisave ko muna tong hashtag na to. Magagawa tayong bagong pakulo ngayon. I like the fighting in time. Oh. Japanese yata si Sir Mike blurred. Yan.
Hi, Chris.
Si Stanley sabi niya dito, Rene, beat me in Smash since he's using Snake while I'm using Ken.
Yeah. Snake!
Karate ka, SNES, yes. Pero yung sa akin nun mo sa MS-DOS ting, gumagamit din ako ng Honda City Pegasus.
Kaya kulay purple pa.
Ito na. So,
F6?
si Claude, sabi niya dito, hello ate Claude, sabi niya ganun. At sabi kagad, hi Stan, good evening, at saka, pakabait ka lagi. Yan. Pero yung hashtag...
Hindi mapapangako ni Stanley.
So, gagawa tayo ngayon ng hashtag of the day. Yung mga umaano dyan.
Talaga?
Kasi ang comment, ng highlighted comment ko ngayon is si Jazz namimigay. Okay.
Namimigay ka,
Ako
Jazz?
namimigay ka.
Oo. Yan. Kaya ang magiging hashtag natin for today is hashtag Jazz
Reset.
mapagbigay.
Yan. Doon sa
bigyan
mga,
mo.
Ikaw yung namigay ng regalo ng Christmas, tapos ako yung mapagbigay. I'm the most selfish person there is, Mike.
Utot.
Yung sa mga yung mga gustong mabigyan ng isa ni Jazz. Ibigyan niya kayo ng isa.
Ayan. Sige, back to General.
Ayun. Naging mapagbigay pa nga. Pero yun na nga mga kaibigan, no. Thank you again. We love how you guys interact with the stream, how you put your comments. And syempre, wag na natin patagalin to kasi we are on the middle part of our discussion. First, before that, I think sinagot na ni Rene, inunahan niya na yung yung script, no? So
Actually,
Rene,
pag tinanong mo ako ngayon, yung next question naman sasagutin ko.
so yung pitch na yung sagot mo ganun.
Diretso na
Umadvance ka bigla. But again, so we talked about
I'll
your
go
first fighting games, right? So what are your favorite fighting games? Ayan. So now let's start. Nga na-spoil na ni Rene, so let's start with, again, let's start from the man with the most experience in life naman. So Mike, what's your favorite fighting game?
And why?
When-
Robots.
Yeah, and why?
Hindi. Pag fighting game, as in with the current
Di ba kailangan current, like of all time? Like,
Hindi, I mean, of
all
all
the fighting games you've played, what is your
oo. Mas may ako sa sa Tekken 3. Yun ang ko nun. Kasi parang sa sobrang dami na naglalaro ng ibang mga sobrang naglalaro ng arcade doon sa mga arcade sa SM noon, SM North EDSA yun. May space para sa Tekken 3, di ba? So, syempre, ang favorite ko doon, dahil I used to do martial arts back then when I was a kid, si Hwarang. Hwarang, martial law. Oo. I even, so much so na, naghanap pa ako, yung alam mo yung pupunta ka sa isang game shop, tapos magpapaserox ka nung mga, combo sa magazine, ganyan.
That's hilarious because there's a command list sa Tekken 3, at least sa home consoles.
Pero sa arcades wala.
Sa arcades kasi meron kung yung malaki yung screen, pero kung medyo maliit lang na magkatabi lang kayo na ganun. Remember the Plasma One Trickster? 'Di ba? Yung mga plasma TV pa noon, 'di ba? Yung lalaki tapos malaki rin yung may upuan pa kayo. Yun, may mga combo yun eh. May mga combo dun sa baba, sa taas ng controller na gano'n. Yung sa pinuntahan ko sa SM North, wala. So, I have to, hinintay ko pa na pumasok ako that week. Pumunta sa isang game store, bumili ng just to play Hwarang in Tekken 3. Kaya nung dumating na yung weekend, alam mo yung bit ko pa yung pinunit ko pa yung papel noon para lang ilagay doon sa bulsa ko just to practice the combo.
Magazine?
Hindi, yung Xerox copy na di ba nagpa-copy ako, di ba?
Pinunit mo yung magazine sa store tapos. May mga gumagawa nung kasi. Sorry, laking ka.
Oo.
Di naman. So parang I purchased that around 250 pa nga noon eh. Yung buong magazine niya na si Xerox.
EGM?
Para lang doon sa copy ng EGM. Tapos pinunit ko yung part doon. Tapos naglaro ako ng Hwarang. Obviously, nagulpi pa rin ako kasi gagaling ng mga players. Pero I still had fun regardless.
Pero I remember sa arcade talaga kailangan mo talaga ng time to practice. So, yun nga. Like especially if you're going to go on a weekend na ang daming tao, daming nanonood, like you need to be really good at it.
I have no idea. God,
Akala ko
this reminded
pinupunit mo yung
me of Tekken 6 talaga.
Pinupunit mo yung Xerox ng combo para pagka nahuli kang nagbabasa ng mga bastos na magazine. Hindi, nag-aaral lang ako ng combo.
Ba't ko pupunitin? Kukunin ko na lang isang page. Ilalagay mo dun sa Anyway, bago ako mabista dito, Jazz.
Alright. So, Rene, I'm still gonna ask you why Mortal Kombat was your favorite game.
I like the story. Like I alluded to earlier, I would play a shitty game if I like the characters, if the story is good. And nagkataon, the game isn't bad itself. Parang, as far as fighting games, so there's a reason why it still exists. Considering na ang daming fighting game franchises na from its time, nawala na. So, like, anong natira ngayon? Like, you have Street Fighter, you have Mortal Kombat, Tekken, Samurai Showdown comes and goes, pero I don't think it's as popular as it was before. So there's very few.
Prime.
So if I like the story, I like how they justified the killing. So hindi siya gratuitous violence lang. Parang you have to kill someone kasi it's the layout of the tournament. And yun.
Hmm.
So I like
Actually
I like
tried
Mortal
to,
Kombat,
but
particularly the first two games.
Okay.
Even though it was really shitty compared to what we have in the latter years.
Hmm. All right. Trickster, how about you?
it's weird because I have two just because it's like separate, separate eras. Like guys, I did say like I started with Street Fighter 2, but I never took it seriously until I started my I got my ass getting beat by my own brother. So that was when I started to just take it seriously for a bit. So it has to be like Bloody Roar 2. Like
Ah,
Hmm.
yeah.
Yeah, Bloody Roar.
So that's the first one because
in a while.
like I decided to like beat his ass like in the end credits, right? I just
Mm.
decided to copy that shit and perform it on him. So so yeah, that's the first one, and the second one is quite an unpopular opinion apparently on the internet is Soul Calibur 3. Just because like there's so much in that game, there's so much content to it compared to what we have right now. Uh, First off, like roster's great. Tales of the arcade, so much replayability, and like you can go for different routes, so, and it justifies why you have different opponents, and and the wacky Colossus fight where you fight the 100-foot tall statue, the Colossus of Rhodes, and it had
And it dies on you.
yeah,
Game
if
over.
on you, you still get hit. You're still a hitbox. And they put in a story. What if Soul Calibur? What if the plot of Soul Calibur was this, and it starred your create a character? So that was fun. And
Hmm.
the main roster were super bosses, and they were super hard to fight because it had some RPG mechanics. But if you beat them, you unlock their style. So that's fun.
All
And
right.
I almost got my ass beat in the arcade due to Soul Calibur 3 as well. So
Wait,
All
that,
right.
that
why did you say that it was unpopular opinion? I mean, I
uh,
figured because I like Soul Calibur 3. I never met anyone who didn't like
oh yeah, because I know most of the people like Soul Calibur 2
it.
since they have the guest characters. You have Link, Spawn, whatever the fuck Todd McFarlane grew up, and Heihachi.
My guy on Soul Calibur is who was the guy who uses the nunchucks?
Maxim, Maxim,
Mm-hmm.
All right.
got the fucking coolest hair.
Mm.
All right. So on my end, I think I have two as well. Because I really can't pick within kung alin doon. So first one is Mortal Kombat, but the third one, so Mortal Kombat 3.
Oh,
It's because again back in the day, back when the Sonic Boom days, I'm one of the few people who can pull off cooler stuff and Scott stuff, right, on the menu. So, syempre, yung iba, mga hindi marunong, 'di ba? Parang that's the reason why I get to play for free. Kasi parang, uy, gusto mo cool stuff, ganun. O sige, ikaw dito. So, syempre maglalaro kami kasi ako yung nag-unlock nung cheat sa kanya, di ba? Kasi like people want, yung parang longer fatality time. I think yun na yung
yeah.
gusto nila. Di ba? Parang
Uh-uh.
they just want that longer fatality time. So sige,
Yeah,
okay,
I
like
know.
I
So
activate it for you. We play, like palaroin mo lang ako mga dalawang round. Ganun, okay, then ikaw na bahala, di ba? So ganun yung kapalit, di ba? Kasi like, these guys just want that thing. Next is Tekken 7. Because it's the first fighting game na nilaro namin ni Lala na nakita kami sa Cebu. She practically beat my ass every single time using, I don't know, Lucky Chloe, like all the female characters in Tekken 7. Like I get my ass beat every single time, and I had to ask shoutcasters in Tekken how to beat a dang button masher. And they said, just
just
use
luck, bro.
Paul. Just use Paul and then just what you call, ano yung move ni
Burning
Paul?
punch.
Yeah, that
Burning.
burning punch. That thing, right? Demo man. There we go. Just spam demo man. Like, okay. And then oh,
Hindi, go
my
tuloy mo muna.
ayun,
Tuloy
I
mo
just
muna.
I used that strategy. whatever, kahit anong gamitin nilala sa akin, I just spam demo, man, and beat her every single time as well. I beat her on our wedding, and that's a win for me.
Oh yeah, I saw that. I saw the video.
To those who are just joining us,
I
you
beat
beat
her
a
in
game.
Tekken. Alright? Kasi
may
we
game.
had the singles play Tekken sa wedding
Yeah.
namin. So, tinalo ko siya sa Tekken. Diba? Sinampulan namin yung mga crowd, and then I won. And that's a win for me.
I was so, sorry, itatanong
Marco.
ko lang yung tinalo mo si Lala sa Tekken 7, was this before her HR days or after? Or
This is
after
before her HR.
Oo.
This is way before. Hindi pa kami G3. Diba? Tinatalo ko na siya sa Tekken. So,
So, nung
yeah,
during-
I just wanted to bring up like yung nga, parang Jazz used to play Mortal Kombat 3. Remember how we were all so impressed by those shitty fatalities? Na
I wasn't. Like they're fucking
oh.
shit.
Parang
The only time I was
Whoa.
impressed was in
Oh,
the only time I was impressed was in 5, where Quan Chi just stretches your fucking neck. That
pero that's a latter game. The first 3 games where they had yung realistic
yeah, graphics.
parang mind blown na kami noon. Like, oh my god, he punched his head off. That's ngayon, like,
Oh my god, the world blew. The world
Yeah.
exploded
And
and shit.
like he beat him so hard they gave him 6 legs and 3 ribs.
I recently played like retro versions. Yun nga, so MK1, MK2. Tapos talaga, ang reaction ko, putang pangit pala. Now, like, looking at it with 2025 eyes, okay, this was it?
But back then, this is the peak
Oh.
of gaming.
Yeah.
Can't believe video game companies try to ape this.
Alright, okay. Now, it's time to have our creative minds to the test. Again, everyone had their assignments. So, here's the thing. Alright, here's the, mag-ano tayo, mag-wheel of names tayo. Kasi, syempre, this is a
Yun.
pitch, right? So, this is like, let's say, nasa harap what's our collective favorite fighting game developer? Let's say, Capcom. We're in front of Capcom. Okay? So, now, nasa board of directors. Like, there's this one guy. And then, so, guidelines. So, panelists will pitch a complete idea. Ayan. A complete idea for a fighting game which will include at least the following. Okay? One is style. So, ano yung style? 2D, Tekken style, SNK, audio. Like, give a visual representation, no, sa audience natin. And the next is, unique mechanics like ring outs, power meter, fatality, finishers. And then again, you can use as many as you want. No? And then, syempre, you must justify why it's there. And then, initial characters. So, you must choose 8 fighting game characters. So, they have to be originally from a fighting game. So, Ryu is okay. Goku, kahit may fighting game si Goku, hindi siya pwede. Like, Superman, hindi siya pwede. Alam mo yun? But, they have to be...
Inuyasha pa yan.
like, their first appearance should be in a fighting game. So, bosses. So, yeah,
Goku.
choose 2 bosses. 1 final boss and 1 sub-boss. And, as well as they have been used, diba, as a boss in previous fighting games. So, dapat naging boss na din sila, diba, in previous fighting games. So, and then you're allowed to put 1 DLC character.
Just
Alright? So, 1 DLC character that can be literally anyone. Living, dead, fictional, and non-fictional. And syempre, storyline, the lore. Like, just give us like an elevator pitch of a lore. Why are they there? Why are they fighting? And where is it set? And then syempre, yung title. Last ba yung title, Rene, or first?
Last. It depends on how you present it.
Represent. Okay, sige.
Kasi sometimes you can start off with the title and justify the title or build up to your title.
Sige. Alright, again, are you guys ready? How about Jury? Pwede ba? I think Jury...
Pwede.
Jury is a fighting game character.
Yuri,
Yeah.
vocalist ng MYMP.
Buwis, he! All right.
Juris yun, juris.
Okay. Let's get the show on the road and let's start with our wheel of names. No? Let's share. I'm share my screen, Mike. All right.
Okay, go
Share
and
screen. Uh, wait.
Sana may
see.
Okay.
pumili
Search
dyan sa
tab.
mga taong yan na nasa poster. Kasi sobrang misleading kung wala.
All right. Let's do this.
Mm.
And who goes first? All right, Trickster. You go first, brother.
Before you start, I want to say, parang, for the benefit of the audience, before we started the episode, before we went live, naman problema si Trickster about cutting down his roster to just 8. Kasi 8 nga yung kailangan. So, I don't know if he's managed to pick 8. Pero, iba, so, dun sa nanonood, please choose which game you like the most. Put it in the comments. If you have ideas then for your own game, put it in the comments. Tricks, I hope you have your 8.
No, it's
I
fine.
hope you have your 8.
So the funny thing about it is, I actually had two concepts for this. So
Oh, dude.
so I
Viewing
didn't know
story,
which
viewing
one.
story.
I didn't know which one to pick. So basically, before I was talking to my my fighting game teacher about this. Like, what if like what kind of fighting game should we get? Like, and
You
then
had
he just
external consultation? That's insane.
That's
no, no, no,
insane,
no, no.
dude.
It's just something we thought of like before
Okay.
the whole discussion thing. So and then he said, "What about a fighting game where everyone is a showdown?" And that got me thinking. Yeah, well, why not? Why not use a fighting? I mean, yeah, SBCKS also already did that, but they're not true shotos and all that. So I guess as a replacement for my original concept, which was my actual concept, this one is on the fly. So uh, basically, the entire characters are a bunch of shotos. So 8 characters would got to be Ryu, Sagat, on the Capcom side, Ryu, Sagat, Dimitri, and Morrigan. That's the 4 Capcom. And as for the as on the SNK side, we have Ryo and Robert, and then Derry and Rock. So basically, our full Shoto cast. I didn't. I wanted to go for Ken and the other Shotos, but Sagat's a good mix-up for a Shoto since he does the same. Ano, he has the same moveset. For the mechanics, it would have to be like there's still meter, pero I'm going for the Fatal Fury style meter where you have two levels of meters where one's for a regular super, and when you have both build up, it's your the strongest version of that. So basically, the only way to access the Shin Shoryuken, you need to have the full bar. So everyone gets a full 2 bar super, and yeah, you need the guard meter and the stun, guard crush meter and a stun meter, just so you can follow up if your character is going into stun, if you're getting comboed hard or getting vortex hard, and an alpha counter which will cost like half a meter, so as a defensive option. Where if you're kept getting into block stun, you can perform an alpha counter where you can just get him off your back and get back to neutral. So yeah. For the bosses, I actually kind of have two. I don't know if I should use them as a sub boss or no. I was thinking of making them alternate depending on how you perform. So it's either Shinakuma, of course, he's a Shoto, or Mr. Karate, series Mr. Karate.
Sorry.
What?
I love slash hate that guy. So it's I love it.
Fucking awesome though.
I know. It's so annoying, but he's so great.
the Tengu shit. The problem with this is I don't think for both my concepts, I don't think I've ever thought of a title for it. So I'm just calling this one Project Shoto. As for the DLC, I have one for each side to make it balanced naman. So for the Capcom side, we'll have Batsu, no, not him, uh, Hideo from Rival Schools, and Mizoguchi from Breakers.
Mm.
Mm.
Medyo ano yun ah.
Well, very serious, you know, nothing
Yeah.
stupid, nothing crazy. Again, like DLC characters could be, you know,
Ah.
anyone, diba? So what's the lore here? What's the parang how did
But
they
the lore,
come into that world, or like how did they get into your video game?
as for the lore, very simple din naman. Like, fucking Akuma has just is just tired of actually seeking them out, seeking out a worthy challenger, right? He's always looking for a good challenge. Like, he either kills them because he thinks they're weak, or there's no one to actually, aside from Gen, he has found no excitement in his fighting career. So he just decided to announce his, he just fucking challenge everyone, and these four bastards are come here. Of course, you have Ryu and Sagat who answers the call for to better themselves. Dimitri, Dimitri and Morgan are there for their own purposes. Dimitri
To suck
is
blood.
to to get the as in parang get the powers of the as well as an interesting challenge. Morgan, being Morgan, just wants to have some fun and travel the world and fight. For Ryu and Robert, Ryo and Robert, they're there to represent their Kyokugin dojo to get a bit of uh, exposure for their dojo. You know, since they're branching out as always, they have a branch in Brazil, so why not get some more students in? As for Terry and Terry and Rock, did I say Rock? Yeah, Rock. For Terry and Rock, they're there for pretty much the same thing as Morgan actually. Like, it's like Terry's out there is out there to have a good time. Like, hey, let's see if you're as for Rock, well, he like his evil blood is somehow resonating with Akuma, and so he's out there to investigate it himself.
Mm.
So yeah,
But the mechanics that you out of I'm just really curious because out of the four of us, you are the most like knowledgeable in the technical aspects of fighting games. Why did you pick the specific mechanics that you did? Kasi you pick really specific meters and all of that.
I
Ano lang,
suppose
pet
kasi
peeve mo ba yan in when you play or it's just
I've seen a lot of people go for parang complain about how they miss the honest mechanics of
Mm-mm.
certain fighting games. It's all combo centric nowadays, diba? So why not give that back in terms of the Shotos? Kasi what people actually miss in Street Fighter 2 is the neutrals. Neutrals are a bit weird kasi it's always parang spacing. So with everyone having a way to space themselves out, you know, it depends talaga. So depends on how the characters move can make or break on how people would actually like the neutrals that they're so asking. It's not combo centric. So like at best you get like 4 to 10 hits. That's it. Pero
Mm.
hindi tulad ng Guilty Gear na isang Potemkin Buster 80% agad yung mo. And while that jam worked so hard for 40 hits tapos 70%. Tapos this Slayer, he just does it in 3. You know?
Mm.
Something fair and parang not too inoffensive when it comes to mechanics talaga.
All right. Okay, very interesting. Again, you again, I don't know how any of us will top that. Kasi I believe I cannot top that. I don't know. I'm not confident anymore because my idea is so fucking stupid. Okay, so yeah, let's.
Well, you
Kala ko
mind
na
if I
excite. Kasi
you mind
if it's an admittedly stupid idea, that's a good pitch for me. Pero talaga, let's hear it.
my second concept later, like after you guys. I'm
Yeah,
looking
sure.
forward to
I mean,
this.
I'm sure.
You guys go ahead first.
Alright.
Sige, sige. So, para ano, sige. Next. Alright, so Trickster's done. Who
Hmm.
gets to present their game next?
So,
And
representing for
then-
Project Shoto.
Alright, it's Mike.
Ay.
Okay.
See? So,
Wait, before you start, let me guess. Lahat ng characters ng Dead or Alive, topless. That's the game.
Sold.
They,
I'm investing.
You, sir, will get my money.
well, napaisip din ako nito when it was mentioned on Saturday. I'm no fighting game aficionado, obviously, pero but I know my story. So, ang setting ko dito for my fighting game happens in our current Earth
Okay.
na ang style niya is 3D, parang open arena similar to the Street Fighter EX na
Oh.
scenes.
Mm.
Tapos yung outfits nila will be based on the characters from their specific era. So halimbawa si Paul Phoenix ng Tekken 3, halimbawa yung gagamitin niyang character. Pero I'll explain that in detail in a bit.
Okay.
Ang twist nito is my fighting game set took place in the 90s where everything is analog, everything is still in development, tapos everything is done with bare hands. Kasi ngayon, yung mga fighting games ngayon, as Rene mentioned off stream, na yung mga ginagamit ng may mga weapons na ngayon just to make things complicated and high-tech. Ito, medyo gagawin natin parang going back to the basics. So, imaginein mo, my concept here is imagining yung mga fighting game characters na to being warped to the present Earth. Tapos, ang mga settings will be done like in Times Square sa New York, sa Shibuya Crossing sa Japan, sa Taj Mahal sa India, Itaewon District sa South Korea, Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, and so
Sa
on.
Tondo.
Tondo,
Amor
Manila.
Rizal.
Pwede yun. Pwede yun as a DLC o sa Cavite. Whichever is ano.
Asong Buhaya, Imus, Cavite.
May specific ka na kagad. Teka, ma-type nga to. Okay.
Pasong Buhaya, oh.
Okay. So, ang ano nito, ang mechanics nito is no ring outs. Since the settings were made in those mentioned cities and spots, ang magiging harang mo dito is like, kung sa Shibuya Crossing ka nakipagsuntukan with your particular character, pag natabig mo yung mga tumatawid doon, pwedeng gumanti sila sa'yo, tulak ka nila, or pwede ka nilang saktan.
Oh.
Pag halimbawa nasa Times Square ka, 'di ba, mayroong mga specific spots sa Times Square na may mga kalsada na yung mga dumadaan yung mga sasakyan, 'di ba? So kung nagsusuntukan kayong ganyan, biglang may tinamaan na bystander, yung bystander ngayon makikigulo sa inyo, yung ganyan. Pero not for long, obviously, kasi kayong dalawa lang yung naglalaban eh. Pero pag dumating ka doon sa point doon sa Times Square na umurong ka doon sa may mga dumadang sasakyan, pwedeng yung sasakyan na bumangga sa iyo. Adding damage. Alam mo to, Trickster, this is from is it a Capcom or a Neo Geo game? I can't remember.
There's a WWE SmackDown game that has similar mechanics.
Ayun. Ang magiging ano neto, yung power meter nila is just the usual 1, 2, 3. Pero yung skills na yun will be based on the characters they selected from their era. So kung halimbawa, yung specific character na to, meron lang siya nung specific era niya na to, yun lang unlimited siyang gamitin. The characters will be mentioned in a bit. So, basically, ang story nito is na-set siya sa 90s kasi lahat sila from different eras where bigla sila bubagsak in the 90s Earth. At hindi nila alam, bigla na lang sila napunta doon. Similar to getting inspiration from my isekai stories. So, yung mga characters ko, medyo kakaiba sila dito and baka taasan ako ng kilay ni Trickster pag nag-mention ako ng mga names. So, meron ako dito
Priscilla Almeida.
Hindi,
Oh.
iba yun. Ibang
Okay.
episode yun. Paul Phoenix and Martial Law.
Mm.
Tapos,
From
dumating
what
si...
specific games? Kasi you
Sa-
kanina you specified na kung itsura nila is specific to the games that they're from.
Oo,
So,
so...
Yan,
si
dapat
Paul
kasama
and
yung character
Law.
screen nila. When you pick
Oo,
log,
so... Di ba, yung Paul Phoenix at saka yung Martial Law, pwedeng, pwede sa Tekken 1.
Mm.
Or
Oo.
pwedeng sa Tekken 2.
Wait, no. Tama. Martial Law was in one. Sa 3
Oh,
si
yun.
Forrest, di ba? Forrest.
Treats of Forest.
So, kung ano yung mga characters nila na gano'n. So, pipili ka na ng character mo, pipili ka pa ng generation nila.
Mm.
Make
Ah,
I like
okay. I think I get what you mean.
Okay.
I get what
That
you mean now.
I like that.
Edition
So-
select.
Oo, tapos meron naman yung kay...
Pero ano lang yun, si Mike? Ano lang siya? Superficial lang or pati yung moves?
Pati yung moves, kung ano man ang ano nila.
Ah,
Not
So
only
we're
from
doing
generation.
Samurai Showdown 6. Okay. You got
Tapos, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. Yung isa ko naman pair dito, yung magkapatid na Jackie and Sarah Bryan.
me. Of course.
Kasi mga ano lang 'to, wala silang mga special powers eh. They all depend on their martial arts, 'di ba? Tapos adding to the syempre magkagawa tayo ng panggulo talaga dito. We'll add Kyoko Kusanagi and Iori Yagami.
Mm.
Kasi although may mga
Which one though? Because you have to be specific. They have different movesets in every game.
Ayun na nga. So isipin mo
Hindi,
'yon.
you can pick nga like sa character select, andun lahat ng versions.
Oo,
Yeah.
so halimbawa,
So-
Kyoko Kusanagi, pwedeng King
Oo.
of Fighters 97 mo na siya or 98 na skill set or yung 99 na skill set niya. So depende.
Ako 94.
From pero Mike, from let's say a consumer's perspective, when I buy the game, are these editions immediately available or do I have to unlock them?
For the
Kasi
first
what's stopping me from only picking the most powerful version?
Yun nga eh. So, those are, ang ano ko dito, good question to, no? Kasi ang initial na concept ko was, pwede mo na kagad dyan select on the fly. Pero, if it's going to be a consumer standpoint, you have to start mo na with the basic ones. And then, it's the rest of their generations will be unlockables.
That's cool. Parang may weird level up system na. I think
Mm.
I like.
Taking inspiration like on Tekken 3 ata yun, 3, 4 or 5 na, 'di ba, may mga alam mo nang may mga unlockables na. You have to finish a specific storyline para mag-unlock ng isa pang character. Pero hindi, although magbabago pa rin siya from the gameplay. So yung last pair ko, yung mga naligaw kasi, 'di ba? All of these fighting characters went to this specific Earth. So, si Valentine and Philia, bigla silang napunta sa current Earth.
Yeah, who is that?
That's an interesting
And,
question.
and
Valentine
Yeah.
and Philia from Skullgirls.
I
Girls.
don't know that game.
Surprised, yeah.
I'm gonna Google
surprised
this.
you picked Valentine and not Sarah Bella.
kasi,
Girl.
bili mo, so, based doon
It's
sa
because
mga,
of the tits, isn't it?
no,
Hindi naman pala bastos. Nakala ko bastos. I was expecting something.
no.
Not this. Okay.
Parang, di ba, if you imagine different types of games, Tekken, Virtua Fighter, Skullgirls, tapos yung King of Fighters, di ba, may mga, ang dami nilang characters, pero specific to people ang bigla napunta sa 90s Earth. So, lahat sila ngayon maglalaban-laban, fighting to get answers. Bakit sila napunta doon sa specific Earth na yon?
Because Philia and Valentine has a 50s aesthetic.
Oh, well,
That would
yun
be
na nga.
hilarious.
Yun
Tapos,
nga eh.
makikita mo yung...
Like if you render them in the 3D graphics, parang it would look interesting.
Mm-mm. And kaya ko rin ginawa tong ano na to kasi per character has their own characteristic. So sa story mode makikita mo na yung mga paano sila magtatalo, settling their differences, paano sila magtatandem as a team fighting another tandem na
So
opponent.
it's a tag game.
So pwede nga siyang tag eh. So alam mo biglang dumating do si Paul Phoenix, biglang niya nakita si Kyoko Kusanagi out of nowhere. Tapos magsasalubong sila ngayon, o bakit ka nandito, 'di ba? Dapat ganito. Tapos mag-aaway-away sila. So, ang ano dito, so while all of them are fighting, and I have the other characters din dito, like si Scorpion and Sub-Zero, si Ran and
Oh my
Batsu,
God.
si Haomaru and Genjuro, and then there's your Ken and Ryu, 'di ba? So yun yung mga other ano. Pero as they progress, makikita kagad nila yung one final and one sub-boss. Ang sub-boss of my choice was Isakuma.
Okay.
Yeah, sub-boss, okay. Him being sub-boss, okay. And who is the final boss?
Shao Kahn.
Oh, okay.
Ag-
Shao
ang-
Kahn.
Sobrang mixed bag nung game mo na parang I'm actually intrigued. I wanna see it in execution. Kasi I wanna see it.
Kasi parang kasi ngayon in the current setting, everyone has been playing their own fighting games in their specific storylines, 'di ba? Parang ngayon ginawa ko, parang inimagine ko ngayon na isang what if na lang isang araw lahat ng mga characters na to were fighting against each other, were all thrown to the current earth, 'di ba? Imagine mo, nagbubugbugan tong si Paul Phoenix at saka si Jackie Bryan. Pag suntok ni Paul Phoenix na gano'n, biglang tumalsik siya sa kalsada, may sumagasa sa sakyan, added damage.
May tinamang
Tas
e-bike.
may tinamang e-bike. Depende kasi saan magiging setting yun eh.
Yeah.
Oh, so
At
yun.
si Shao Kahn yung 2D version of Mortal Kombat.
Oh. Yan, di
Being
ba?
3D.
So,
Yung isa,
Walang-
yung movement niya lang. Ha! 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 Ganun lang, yun lang.
Oo.
Moves niya.
kasi ang isipin nyo, lahat ngayon ng mga fighting games nagre-rely na ngayon sila sa makanya-kanya nilang powers, 'di ba? So my train of thought is bringing just the fighting games to just plain fighting games na nagsusuntukan lang kayo using your hands and feet, 'di ba?
And you bring Shao Kahn who has hammer.
Because Shao Kahn
It has to be OP. The final boss has to be OP now.
Yeah,
Like,
suntukan
you know,
and then you
like
bring in
Apocalypse
Yo with
and
fire
Galactus,
powers.
Yan. And syempre, may sabi nga dito in our list, kailangan meron akong specific DLC na in the list, it can be literally
Pacquiao.
anyone, living or dead, fictional or non-fictional, and I chose Bruce Lee.
Motherfucker.
Bruce Lee. Okay.
Imagine
Yeah.
mo dumating to si Bruce Lee, bigla na lang silang magkita ni Martial Law, di ba? Tas yung intro pa nila.
Fuck, buti ka tayo magkapareho. Shit. Okay, that's good. I'm glad I changed mine.
Ah,
My first pick.
He picked Jackie Chan.
oh, yes. Also, ganon. So, ang naging ano ko doon, ang naging title ng game ko doon is Earthbound Showdown.
Earthbound Showdown. Ang seryoso ng mga games yo, what the heck? Papalitan ko na nga lang to akin.
No. Hey, trust your instincts, Jazz. Trust your instincts.
Remember, sa isang basket ng puro mga seryoso, meron isang magta-twist ng game. It could be you. Diba?
Well,
Yeah.
I assume Rene's idea is also what you call this? Serious. Okay. Oh, nawala si
Yeah,
Dexter.
That's bastard.
Okay.
Right there.
Let's
I should go next. You should go last. By the way,
Alright.
I'm really
Sige.
excited with I want to hear your thing.
Okay.
Please don't let us down with how stupid it is.
Gago.
No,
Ay,
ako
ay,
muna.
ay.
Ako na sa
si
okay,
Rene
okay.
muna, si Rene muna.
Because I'm really excited with Jazz's idea. But yeah, okay. So, let's start with the style of the game. To give you guys an idea of what type of... I'm glad Trick stepped out kasi hindi niya mababaril yung concept ko. Kasi wala siya. But, so, essentially, it's just a Tekken style fighting game. So, it's 3D. Anong tawag doon sa ganun? Like, yung 3D na platform.
3D platformer.
Fighting, yeah.
Okay.
So, basically, it's Tekken style. However, it does use specific gimmicks like environmental actions. So, if it's set, let's say, a fighting stage is in a warehouse, so you can pick up weapons, pero environmental actions would be similar to sa Injustice or sa Mortal Kombat, where you're standing next to a thing, press a button, and then either you pick it up and throw it to depending on the object or the environment. I think the closest comparison I can make is Def Jam. If you play Def Jam, so you can you can throw your opponent through a wall or bang their head against a corner. So something like that. And of course, being a Mortal Kombat guy, I have to have a finisher or a fatality at the end of each fight. Because
Oh.
Tang style.
it just I like seeing them. I say like even Def Jam has that. Like I just I don't want fights to end with a fucking leg sweep. All right, like fucking rip their heads off. It's yun. So style wise and gimmick wise, that's it. So a Tekken style game with finishers, fatalities, and environmental action. So that's the game. Now my characters, again, I'm more of a story guy, so I'll go through the characters first before we discuss the story. So the characters, of course, my personal favorite, the main character of my game is going to be Johnny Cage, as always. Johnny Cage.
All right. Straight
So,
white man.
yeah, you would notice a pattern with the characters I pick. It's usually the obnoxious, arrogant assholes from every game that I like, every
God.
fighting that I like. So, Johnny Cage. And yes, you are correct, sir. The second character is Dan Hibiki from Street
Yeah!
Fighter.
Dan
worst,
Hibiki!
the worst of the worst. So we already have two characters who signs autographs in the game during fights. And the third is also another meathead from his genre, from Fatal Fury. It's Joe Higashi.
Asha!
Yeah. And again, next one, also from Fatal Fury, because I have to have a female and the hottest woman in fighting games. Mai Shiranui is in my game. Complete with physics, complete with the classic attire.
Would you believe that she's not the biggest in this game?
The biggest what? She's not the biggest what?
Yeah, she's not the biggest. Asset-wise.
Word? Sige,
Yeah.
send us photos of the new champion. But is my token female, and if you're going to have a token female, can't go wrong with my Shiranui. Next is an SNK character, because again, I only like including good-looking people in my game. The crown jewel of Taekwondo, Kim Kafwan. So we have, if you remember, like from King of Fighters, Kim Kafwan is there. Then from Street Fighter, another Street Fighter character, it's Fei Long. So it was, that's why I changed my mind on my DLC, because I was supposed to go with Bruce Lee as a DLC, but I figured I could just go Fei Long and choose someone else as a DLC. So it's still a Bruce Lee analog. And finally, for my initial roster, you can unlock more characters as you play the game, but my initial roster is rounded out by popular professional wrestler from Tekken, King.
Hey.
So you have
Mm.
8 characters who, if you notice, have celebrity status in their particular races. So they're all celebrities.
Okay.
Now, on to the bosses. Our bosses are, hindi important kung sino yung boss tsaka sub-boss kasi in the story you'll get why. But we have 2 bosses. First off, may duplicate from one of you guys. It's Victor Sagat. And
Victor Sagat. Like the movie Victor Sagat? The
no,
Evil
of
Eye
course
or
not. No.
Street Fighter, the movie, the game?
Let's choose Street Fighter 2. Street Fighter Alpha. Just so that they didn't really change much. And Rugal Bernstein.
Oh.
So from SNK, Rugal, the biggest asshole in SNK. So, but I included something there that made me consider that he might be the final boss, because round 2 he turns into God Rugal. So you beat him first round, normal Rugal, then turns into God.
Oh, I mean, yeah, that's Rugal's gimmick naman talaga.
Yeah.
Like, first, he has his coat on, then he fucking tears off his shirt, and just
Yeah.
close line.
Pero kasi, when you look at databases kasi, they're listed as 2 different characters. So that's why I had that caveat. Okay. So what is the story? So, mamaya na yung DLC. But the story is this. Hollywood is besieged by 2 warring criminal syndicates. One by Sagat and one by Rugal. So they each have a syndicate and they're trying to take over Hollywood. So, who would defend Hollywood against these 2
The
criminals?
celebrities.
The fucking martial artist celebrities banding together and fighting all of these criminals. So that is the very storyline. So they fight, they kill each other to win the right to take down the crime bosses. It's a flawed concept. Na bakit kayo maglalaban-laban when why can't you just work together? These are fucking celebrities. They have huge egos. Everyone is fighting for top billing. Kailangan sila yung star. So, the biggest star takes on the biggest bad guy. And the title of the game is Lights, Camera, Action, with action in all caps and 3 exclamation points.
Action.
Wala, imagine it,
Action!
imagine it on the box, Capcom. And of course, my DLC, for pre-order DLC, you get this character for free. It's Guile from Street Fighter, the movie, the game.
The game.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. It's goddamn Jean-Claude, goddamn Van Damme.
Complete with hand taps.
Yes, sir. So lights, camera, action. Coming in 2020-17.
2027.
Ay, 2027 pala, 2017. That's a few
2027.
years ago.
No, sabi mo 2020-70. So like, it's like
Sorry. It's the coffee.
billion
I had
years.
too much coffee today.
Pero pero maganda yung ano na yun thinking na parang may similar but I'm sure wala. Pero Trickster, meron bang storyline na gano'n parang trying to defend Hollywood from two different syndicates, di ba?
Def Jam.
Pero
Yeah.
kasi
Pero Def Jam isn't really
fighting
they're not
game.
playing themselves. Plus they're not playing themselves, like they're
Uh,
all characters of crime syndicates.
parang sabi ko nung na-mention na ni Rene yung mga characters, parang sabi ko daw one thing in common is that all of them are on their pursuit of being famous or by either being doing their best or just being assholes in the process.
There's also one thing that they have in common, but I don't want to point it out.
they're white.
No, some of them are
No.
Asian. But the important thing is they're not,
Okay.
All right. Okay, now I think
Alright.
it's time for me to present my pitch, So, elevator pitch for this game is bringing taking the literal arcade experience at home. Because again, diba, arcade, like, wala nang like, lahat ng fighting games ngayon
It's
are
all
all console, right? Home version, console, diba?
That's
Parang,
true, yeah.
I want to bring that arcade feel. So, I'm gonna start with my title. So, my game is called Arcade Mania Alpha Turbo X First Strike Ultimate Special Fighter Edition. This is the title of my game.
If I was Capcom,
Ito,
I would
arcade
approve that.
experience.
Yeah, I would approve that if you can put it on the fucking arcade machine.
Cabinet.
Haba nun.
In the cabinet.
Mahaba yun,
Ito,
diba?
cabinet. Yeah, yeah,
Alright,
yeah.
so the game is free to download. The game is free to download. Anyone can own the game. And there's a catch though.
Of
Alright?
course.
So you buy tokens. Okay? Just like an arcade, you buy tokens. Let's say for 1/4 each, right? 1/4 per token. And then, syempre, di ba, if we play an arcade, if you lose, di ba, wala na, game over na. And if you
Yes,
win,
sir.
syempre, you proceed with the arcade story, di ba, or the lineup, di ba, kung ano man yung parang story mode or arcade mode. And there are 2 types of tokens. There are game tokens, which is one that you get free from the game, and premium tokens, which are ones you get with your own money. Okay? So, game mechanics, pretty similar to Tekken, you got best of 5 matches, you got arena changes, you got rage when you're low on health, right? You got a multiplier on your damage, diba? Or you can do a rage arc or a rage combo. And there's this mini gimmick I'm gonna put in my game, which is like the main character flashback power-up. That's called, right? So, imagine, like, if your opponent or ikaw, di ba, in a best of 5, yung score 2-0 na. So, di ba, one point na lang panalo ka na, right? So, kapag yung kalaban mo enters rage mode or yung ikaw, you enter rage mode, there's a cutscene that will play. Like a flashback of like the character's struggles, And then, yung mechanic na yon is you will have a chance to one-hit KO your opponent
Oh, shit.
no matter how high yung life bar niya.
Wait,
But
question.
syempre,
How long is the average cutscene?
let's say like 20-second cutscene.
Okay,
That's
Cutscene.
too long. Jesus fucking
It's
Christ.
like at maximum 20 seconds, right? Hindi naman siya isang
Yeah.
anime episode na cutscene. It's
Yeah.
like, oh, I'm doing this for my family. Para something like that, right? It's like a gimmicky and cheesy, So, syempre, in that one-hit KO move, pwede ka pa rin mag-miss or the enemy can still block your attack, right?
That's pretty good.
And then, there's a unique mechanic on it. So if you perform like a flawless victory, you win a full round without like taking any damage, or you win one set, like one actual match without taking any damage, you get one extra game token. And if you win 3 flawless victories in a row, you get 5 extra game tokens. So that's like, extra para malaro mo pa ulit yung game, di ba? So, and then of course,
Money matches.
there's a tournament gauntlet. Pero these tokens, hindi mo siya pwedeng ma-convert into actual money. It stays in the game.
It just
Okay.
like you get extra credit, which is good.
It gets extra credits, right?
It's a good concept kasi when you gamify the actual ability to play the game.
Ability to pay, di ba?
Yeah.
Kasi free to download naman siya, so okay lang. Right?
You put
So-
money matches in the game.
And then there's a tournament gauntlet mode. So you pay 1 token and you fight against 63 other players in a tournament ladder. Right? Single elimination tournament
You'll never
ladder.
finish that game.
Yeah. What if
Like, pero
you're,
it's scheduled.
tricks and you're really
It's a
You
scheduled
have,
tournament
like,
gauntlet,
a million
right?
credits stored.
It's every weekend na tournament gauntlet siya. It's an event every
Ay.
weekend, no? Na hindi siya every day, but like every weekend there's a specific like 4 hours siguro na tournament gauntlet. And syempre, you fight against 63 other players and syempre single elimination, and the winner of each gauntlet bracket wins the tokens ng ibang players. So there are 64 players, so you win all their tokens. Winner take all, 'di ba? And then there's a ranking system as well. And there's an algorithm where it will solve how much money you spent in this game and how many games you won. So yun yung parang magde-determine kung ano yung rank mo, right? And then syempre, you got your usual, you got mini games, di ba? You got mini games, yung Street Fighter style na mini game, you break cars, ganun. So may mga extra for extra
bonus.
free tokens, mga bonus
Wait,
tokens, right?
just question. Yung weekly na tournament, is there a buy-in?
Yes, the one token lang. The buy-in is
token
one
lang.
token. Yeah, the buy-in
Okay.
is one token. Yeah.
So like regardless, let's say like I have 100 tokens, you have 1, I lose, you still get my
No. Kasi 64 kayo eh. Nasa bracket kayong 64 eh.
Ah.
So all 64 of you will pay 1 token each. And the
okay.
winner of
And
that
parang
tournament,
may pool.
may pool lang ng money. And then you
Okay.
win. Yeah, ganon. Alright, so let's go to the lore. So, in a dystopian future, where
EA rules the world.
white people rule the world, and all people of color are disadvantaged in terms of privilege and opportunities.
Also, it's
Every
set in present
year.
time. All right.
In present time, then yeah. Every year, the World Government Council is holding a fighting competition to give a deserving person of color with white privileges for them and their family.
Oh god,
And-
you created the opposite.
My 8 characters are the final 8 fighters of the year. Or parang ganon, of the current year in game. So, my characters are TJ Combo from Killer Instinct. You got Noob Saibot from Mortal Kombat. You got
Saibot.
Dalsim from Street Fighter. You got Balrog from Street Fighter. You got Master Raven from Tekken. You got Jax Briggs from Mortal Kombat. You got Eddie from Tekken. And you have Leroy Smith from Tekken as well. Okay? And syempre, may mga sub-boss tayo.
It's like you made this
Oh.
to piss me off.
And syempre, you got your sub-boss, right? These sub-bosses are the ones that are preventing, no, na parang dapat walang manalo, right? Because they have to beat the 2 bosses para makuha nila yung ultimate prize. So the first sub-boss is Geese Howard. Okay? And he has a gimmick. His gimmick is called, I'm white and I have privileges. So this gimmick is you have to fight him for another 5, best of 5, without your health bar being parang-
Ah,
so, survival
yeah.
mode, right? So hindi di na siya magre-refresh yung health bar mo. And the main boss is M. Bison. No? And his gimmick is, fuck you, I'm rich. So there's may crowd and they may randomly punch you or heal him. Ganon siya. So, ganun yung ano niya. And syempre, meron
I
din
like
sila
that.
nung mechanic na yung one-hit combo mechanic, right? And then, my DLC character is none other than Donald Trump.
Yes.
He is my DLC character.
Pero this means that he's a playable character.
Yes,
And-
he's a playable
So
character.
sabagay, he's orange, so he's not technically white. So he can compete. But I think, is that the entire pitch?
Yeah, that's
I
the
will
entire pitch.
play that game, but only use Trump. That's my thing. Like, I will buy it since sorry, it's free. How does one get Trump? Do you?
You pay for him, syempre. Like,
I will pay
DLC,
for Donald.
viable.
I will buy Donald Trump and only use him. I do not care for the other character.
Di ako napatakip gawa ng characters. Napatakip ako gawa ng monetization nito. I hope, like, if something like this comes out, I will blame you. Like, if EA cuts me.
No, man. It's going to be monetized as hell. Kasi,
Yun nga,
ang- lang. And then, like, imagine fighting and yung advertisement, like a billboard of KFC shows up. It's
No.
going to be great. It's going to print money. But one observation I had, which I like about, first off, I'm glad that you all, took the assignment seriously. I look at it. I'm a story guy, and you heard my pitch. It's very story-driven. Mike, nostalgia-driven, which fits his personality. Tricks, technical fighting game stuff. Jazz, esports thrust. So, it's a thing. I think it's something that we can all not avoid, right? Like, it's like, we are who we are. So, I think that.
Ang ganda rin ng kasi seeing everyone, lalo na kay Trickster, kaya nung nauna si Trickster talaga, no, sabi ko talaga sa sarili ko, putik talaga to, nauna si Trickster. How are we supposed to?
How are we supposed to
top that?
top it off?
I still
Pero-
have concept too, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I think,
Sige, sige.
I think ko pa yung sa ni Trickster is, I didn't understand half of it. Like, fucking guard breaks, okay, so what? Kung kalahati lang yung guard breaks, like, I don't know those things. Because when I play fighting games, I punch the person until he dies. That's the only technical knowledge I have.
Which is purposes of most players, di ba? Na, you just do your best.
Yeah,
to
well, like his
eliminate.
tricks discussing 3 different power meters. Alright.
Like specials and stuff,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
So,
Ano yun? Go on, Mike.
sorry. Hindi, yun naman ako nun. Yung kay Jazz, sige, it's funny at first, pero kung iisipin mo na maigi, the way he used the characters,
Oh.
makikita mo
It was
talaga na
ano.
may nagmamatch talaga eh. Same thing
Yeah.
mo din eh.
No, being kay Jazz, na-disappoint ako kasi it was nowhere near as stupid as you like made it look out to be.
Yeah, I was
So,
actually,
it's-
actually,
so
ano
very
man?
disappointed.
I
was
thought the
expecting something
monetization
a lot
problem
tougher.
was stupid.
You need to step up your stupid game because come on.
I was
See,
waiting
I'm sure you
for
can
the
come up
actual
with
fighting
something
mechanics.
dumber than that.
Pero kanina, kung hindi nyo napansin, si Trickster kanina, nung sinasabi na niya, oh, start my characters na ganyan. Nakita ko na si Trickster nakatagilo doon, pinipigilan na yung sarili niya, tumawa. He is waiting for the list of
Wait,
names
was
to,
there a character you're expecting?
No,
We can put him
No,
on
it's just
DLC.
I was just surprised that your initial roster is full of bad guys because they can't be antagonists. I mean, obviously, why? Why would they? They're, come on, guys,
PG combos.
Yeah. So, again, guys, I hope you got ideas. No, if developers are watching, if Sega, you're watching, don't
Actually,
listen to my idea. I don't know, like.
Yeah.
So, that game is like consulted by Sweet Baby Inc.
All right. So,
I think Trix has one more concept that he'd
yeah,
like
Trix
to
has one more.
pitch.
Yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes. Okay.
this is the one that I spent time on. So basically, it 3D fighting game, of course. So it's a crossover fighting game. So this is beyond the rules na of what you know of what you said. Kasi I made this before you put the before you put the limitations.
Okay.
Okay, so crossover game. Franchises are DOA, Tekken, Virtua Fighter, and Bloody Roar. So each each for the DOA's roster, Kasumi, Ayane, Hayabusa, Tina, Bass, Zack, Janli, Christy, Tomi, Leifang, and Honoka. 11. For Tekken, Jin, Heihachi, Xiaoyu, Yoshimitsu, Lily, Asuka, Paul, Law, Nina, King, and Horag.
A lot of characters, man.
Virtual Fighter, Akira,
Nice.
Jackie, Go, Wolf, Jeffrey, Lau, Pai, Sarah, Jean, Vanessa, Kage.
Fuck. Is
Okay.
this for the upcoming PS6? That's a lot of characters.
Wait, hintayin mo pa.
Okay.
May meron pa siya, yung ano.
Bloody Roar, Gado, Yugo, Alice, Yuriko, Long, Jenny, Bakuryu, Stan, Ryoho, and Mana for a bit of variety. Puppet character in a 3D game? Why not? Busuzima and Shina. Base
You know what?
roster.
Okay.
That's just the base roster, guys. Okay.
Base roster. Mechanics, everyone has their meters, right? Okay. So the only one that doesn't have meter is Virtual Fighter. Everything else has meter. To compensate that, since they had a collab with DOA 5, we are giving the same meter for DOA to Virtual Fighter. So now they have the same.
What's the polygon count for this game?
I don't know how many polygons the Stu Beach bot have.
A lot.
So yeah, they all have their respective meters from their games. Tekken has Tekken 8's heat system. So there's that. DOA has their break gauge, so we're giving it as to Virtual Fighter as well, since they collab
So-
together.
Is that exclusive? Like, you can't mix and match. Like a Tekken character can have a DOA character's meters.
It's a bit hard to balance if you give like heat meter. Plus they're more they're more in line with their
Okay.
characters na. Like Tekken would be a bit slower, pero they have more power. It's kind of like that.
Mm.
For Bloody Roar, yeah, of course they have their beast gauge, but not from Bloody Roar 4. It's going to be the beast gauge for Bloody Roar 3, since that's a lot more balanced. So and exclusive to Bloody Roar and Tekken, they're the only ones who can recover chip damage. Since yeah.
Mhm.
Main,
So they retain all of like even their own exclusive game mechanics, like chip damage and all that.
Mm.
Okay. That's
So
interesting.
for the stage mechanics, all of these games have stage mechanics. We're taking out the ring out as from Virtua Fighter, and we're adopting the DOA style environment where you can break from the environment to cause more damage. Since Bloody Roar also did this in 2, 3, and in all their games.
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah. So
Boob
there's that.
physics? Are we retaining boob physics?
Yeah, we're doing.
Oh, hell yeah.
Physics.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
I'm gonna cancel this game kung wala.
I'm just
Because-
asking like a Capcom executive. Parang, are we having the boob physics?
Oh yes, we are not skipping on that. We're
We
putting
will
our
double their budget.
uh, to make sure every kind of detail they had. I mean, that was their that was their pitch in Evo.
Yeah.
To the point that they canceled for core values. So, bosses. The sub boss will be Dural, and the final boss will either be of two things, either an combination of Alpha and Dural, which is Dural that can fucking teleport everywhere and does huge damage, or an Alpha that has the Zoanthrope gene, so an Alpha Chimera. So basically, this is an this is the Alpha that has the power of Beast Drive, where she does extra huge damage and can recover chip damage. So that's the boss.
Doral is
MCS
from Bird, right?
Virtua Fighter.
Yeah.
The silver surfer looking.
Silver, yeah.
And Alpha
Where
is
you
from
fight,
Dural.
if you fight them in a parang water level, tama ba? No. Oh, yeah.
And both bosses has the same gimmick as Dural's. You got to win, or else if you lose, gotta start all over.
God.
Oh.
Nakamute ka, Mike. I can feel the
Sorry,
pain.
sorry. Kasi, I mean, playing Virtua Fighter kasi, lalo na yung unang Virtua Fighter, di ba? When you reach Dural at that point, parang, parang magaling ka na kagad among sa other players, di ba? So, nung sinabi ni Trickster na sub-boss lang yun, parang sabi ko, are you serious? Yun ang sub-boss mo pa lang?
Sorry, question.
Yun.
How long will it take
Oo
you?
nga.
Or
Yeah,
how
like
many
a single
matches
player
will it
game.
take you to reach
Yeah.
yung sub-boss?
Kasi ano
So,
ba,
how
kasi
long?
kasi once games had multiple characters na, they kept it at a standard of like 8, right?
Yeah,
Win 8 matches?
around 8. Kasi usually 3D fighting games usually are super fast kasi you deal so much damage. So usually it's either 30 to 60 seconds. That's enough.
Okay.
So and a gauntlet of 8 characters. Secret character you have to fight, hindi sa boss, is Tsukikage, which is Kagemaru's mother from Virtua
This
Fighter.
is why limitations are important.
Yeah.
And then imagine,
We have-
kasi every single character has their own story, di ba? So,
Yeah.
how many characters
Oh,
does
yeah.
8 times 4, right? Tama ba?
Okay,
Like,
story.
32,
Oh.
32 characters.
32 characters.
So
Each with a
story.
story.
Yeah.
And
How's
they
the
get,
lore?
they each get their actual cinematic endings. Not
Endings.
that fucking
Yes,
sex bullshit.
Oh yes, definitely. Yeah, that's what I fucking hated son.
Yeah,
The Marvel vs. Capcom comic.
That
Story.
is going to be the first quintuple A game.
Story. The UA tech and the guys from Virtual Fighter decided to collab so that they can produce the Ultimate Fighter. Hence why the sub boss, since sub boss is Dural and the boss
Okay,
is
okay.
Alpha Dural. And then that was like the zoanthropy, the Tylon Corporation from Bloody Roar 4 caught wind of this and is researching their subjects so that they can create the ultimate life form din naman. Hence, Alpha Chimera. So everyone here has their own agenda on investigating on all the corporations. Like Kasumi Ayane Hayabusa, of course, has a vested in this. Jin, of course, Heihachi. Mishima Zaibatsu, since it's still in shambles, is still but we're including Heihachi in this for some reason. But as Heihachi wants to restart the
Remonetize.
restart the Mishima Zaibatsu. So
But
there's
he's
that.
not playable, right? I don't remember you mentioning him.
Yeah, he is playable. So
He's playable. Okay.
Panggulo na yung roster ni Trickster, nagdagdag pa ng
I
panggulo pa
imagine
rin
the
siya.
amount of assets this game has, siguro mga 500 gig yung kanyang 500
I mean,
gig
you have-
dapat.
Yeah. yung gaming PC mo just kulang pa to run this.
I mean,
To run this,
You're going to need to, no?
I mean, okay, this will be do they want to hear the title first or the DLC?
The DLC first.
Ikaw bahala.
then title.
Sige.
Okay. For DLC is more like parang from a hype standpoint. Like each DLC is like a pair, that like everyone is shown in the cinematic and how they're produced. Yotengu and Reiji the Crow from Bloody Roar, Lei Wulong and Eileen, Brad Burns and Brad Wong from Virtual Fighter and UA, Dragunov versus Bayman, Dragon Ryoho, as in the fucking final boss from Bloody Roar 4, and Feng. So that makes sense. Marduk and Greg the Gorilla. So that's an even matchup. For a story sense standpoint, Mitsuko the Poor and Marie Rose, Aoi Uemanoji and Kokoro, Hellblaze and JC, and File 1, Kazuya and Nightmare.
Mm.
And it's going to
I'm not buying all of them when I already have 32 characters to begin.
I mean, if you want, they're optional. They're optional, but
Yeah.
So
Unless you have like for every DLC pack, there's one big booby person.
I just mentioned Nyotengu, so and JC, and the name of the game will be called Wild Child.
Wild Trial? Oh,
Wild
Wild Child.
Okay.
Okay. While Trickster was mentioning that, ay sisingit ko lang to for everyone's reference na the biggest file yung biggest na game that consumes the biggest space. The fighting game that consumes the biggest space based on what I'm looking at 116 gig is MK11.
MKN.
And that's an optimized piece of shit. That's why.
But that's the is that the yung ultimate MK11 na?
Yun yung hindi ko alam. Kasi ang
Kasi,
sumunod sa
Kasi I have the ultimate MK right now sa PlayStation. Like, I don't know if it's that big.
So Blu-ray okay. Sagutin ko yan. Next is kasi 25 gig ang ang single layer na Blu-ray disc, which is yung nasa PS4 na game. So baka itong binabanggit na 100 is the Ultimate Edition kasi install pa yung mga DLCs niyan, di ba?
The Ultimate has all of it. All of the DLCs, alternate
Rip.
a new story mode, half as long as the original one.
Pero
It
yun yung
includes Total Khan in the wheelchair.
Yan. Pero ang next dun, for some reason, is Tekken 7 at 81 gig.
7?
7. Tekken
Where?
7 yun.
Wow,
Tekken
that's
8 is 130.
motherfucker.
Siguro, yun na nga. So, parang, considering, kaya ako to binanggit kasi, considering Trickster's list of games, ubos ka agad ng
Ubus agad
SSD.
isang buo. Kulang
Only,
yung isang 500 gig na SSD.
Only Elon Musk has a device that could run your game.
Yeah, like the reason I made this list is I tested out Dead or Alive 6 this week as well. I forgot to mention that in the list of games I played. So I felt vindicated kasi like this game is so good. No one's giving this a chance because of the movies. Why?
Wait.
Natawa ko na sa...
What? That was a
Dead or
what?
Alive 6, Mike. Natawa ko na sa...
Hindi.
Wait.
What?
Kasi,
And then goes...
Biglang
He hears movies, he comes alive. Never change, Mike.
Just one final question for the gang, no? Before we eventually end this episode. So, describe a moment. No, you wanted to perform a fighting game move on someone. Can I change this? Kasi parang
Why?
I didn't have any. So, can we change this?
Oh.
Like, if you're going to perform a fighting game move on someone, what would it be? Yun na lang.
That's
Again, if
Okay.
you're going to perform
You guys-
a fighting game move on someone, what would it be? Alright, let's start with the most physically active member of G3. Rene, what would you pick?
I mean, the original question and your revised question, I have the same answer. I have two.
Okay.
First off, remember yung sa Tekken 3, or actually, trademark move ni Jack yun, yung body splash? Wait,
Saan?
sa Tekken, yung move ni Jack, where he just jumps on his opponent.
Ay, sige, gagawin.
Yeah, the body splash. Yun, gusto ko gawin sa crush ko sa Starbucks. And there is this guy in one of the tabletop, I'm not gonna name names, one of the tabletop communities I play in, that I want to do Johnny Cage's split nut punch.
Oh.
And the only thing that's
Yo!
stopping me is that I can't perform the splits.
You can't punch the nut. So
Yeah,
you can,
definitely.
You're
You can.
halfway there. Okay? You're
Kailangan
halfway
niya,
there.
I'm currently learning, but the moment I
Kailangan-
learn, fuck that.
Kailangan
guy.
yung lumang nut punch yung kailangan
yung talagang ganun.
Nakaganon ka.
Yeah, like complete
Hindi yung ganun.
Full
full
extension.
of the. Like I'm gonna.
ang haba
Ayun
ng
na.
ang haba ng kamay ni Rene.
Oo.
Imagine mo.
Bro!
Ayun, those are my answers. My first answer was for love, and the other is for hate.
For him. Oh, wow. All right. How about you, Mike?
Okay. If there was a move na I did when I was in like
No.
back
Hindi
in
naman kailangan na ginawa mo na, pero yung gusto mo lang gawin.
kung gusto ko lang gawin yung jackknife ni Gael kasi yun yung ano talaga eh. Yun yung I mean, at my current state, di ba? Parang gusto kong mag-flip na ganun and then use that kick, di ba? Tapos naalala mo pa yung, siyempre may isip mo pa in my head back then, isipin mo, bata ako, nanonood ako ng Street Fighter ni Van Damme. He was doing the, kasi si Van Damme,
Yeah.
no, nasa martial artist talaga. So makikita
Did it
mo siya gumawa
twice.
nung, di ba?
In that
So,
scene, if he spammed the move.
If he wants to do it, parang gusto ko rin gawin. Parang minsan to a point na gusto ko siyang gawing bucket list for some reason.
Okay, so for you, it's not just you don't specifically want to kick someone. You just want to be able to do it physically.
Yun yung isa kong sagot sa tanong ni Jazz. Doon sa isang tanong na, was there a move na you, a moment na you wanted? Well, actually, I did.
Okay. Anong gusto mong gawin kay Chino?
Hindi. Yung I did, back in 94, I was practicing martial arts noon. Yung, as in yung yung ultimo basic, yung mga tatumbling na ganyan. So, shout out sa'yo, Carlo, for letting me that.
Ano yung
mga
martial arts
tatumbling.
nun? Aikido?
Hindi.
BJJ?
Hindi. Kickboxing nun eh. Yun yung ano nun.
Kickboxing. Okay.
So, nung minsan, sinubukan namin mag-practice dito sa bahay. Kasi wala yung lola ko na nagmamadyong eh. So we were doing martial art moves. Tapos nakapag-hadoken ako dun sa isang kasama ko nun. To a point
Hindi mo
na
Ano yun? Yung kay Heihachi.
ginano ko sa
Yung move ni Hayachi.
Hindi,
Oh.
ginawa ko talaga na
Chest thrust.
to a point na gumulong siya nun. Gumulong siya nun. And we had to natawa pa
How
siya ng
much was the
pagbago
lawsuit?
niya. Hindi, wala naman. Thank God, walang lawsuit na naganap no. We were kids, we were crazy back then. We ended up, laughing it out na tapos na rin yung practice nun.
Ba't mo siya finorward triangle?
Triangle.
Kasi nagpo-practice kami nun ng martial arts. We were supposed to spar.
Alright.
Kasi ang move siya kasi is more on grappling. Pag the moment na mahawakan niya kagad yung kimono kung gano'n, kaya niya akong balibagin. So, ako pinipilit ko talagang pumalag sa kanya na until I did that for some
Dapat
crazy reason.
sigis ang ina mo. Pang! Predictable! Pang!
Since ikaw,
I will,
Trickster,
if I could,
you're doing the things. So, ikaw yung natin resident, taawag dyan? Performer.
Yeah.
Resident ano ba tawag doon? Imitation, impressions of moves, right? So,
Sorry.
Exhibitionist.
Ikaw na yung exhibition.
Alright, Trickster, ano yung sa'yo?
That's a bit hard to you because I did most of them on my brother. So,
Are there moves that you haven't done yet?
On
your brother?
to clarify to those watching, that is why his brother is no longer with us.
let's see. I did that at Blanco. Let's see how again.
So you did
There is
all of
one.
them? You had to count?
I mean, yeah.
Move list ng Street Fighter 2.
I mean,
Baka bigyan niya tayo ng top 3. Magulat tayong tatlo dito.
I think
There
ang
is
ilan niya
one.
nagawa kay VJ, yung kuryente ni Blanca.
Gagano ba?
I mean, Tensor already has the hair, so he has to na lang.
How dare you call me Blanca? It's a bit hard to choose because a lot of it I did it already from my on my brother. He did the same to me, but on wrestling din naman. I suppose if I had to pick one, it would have to be Long's rapid punch after his uppercut. But like after he fucking combos you, he goes uppercut. While you're stunned, he'll just do a big stomp and just does like 500 punches on you.
Oh, yeah. I know that. I've never been able to pull that off in the game, but
Yeah, I suppose that one, Tetsuzanko, and then si Haokin is my top three. You can't beat a good Tetsuzanko. Okay? Tetsuzanko is
Okay. Okay.
Alright, on my end, I think I have two. Something that I can physically do right now, and one that I wish I can do. So one, yung I wish I can do is Zangief's final atomic buster. Yung
you can
tuloy-tuloy,
do
yeah, right?
that.
Something I wish I can do, right?
Kaya mo yun.
So,
No.
Kaya
Kaya
mo
mo yun.
yan.
Kaya mo yun on one of your dogs.
What, on my future son? Ganon.
Yeah,
Parang
yeah.
ginagawa ni BJ kay Yuri, ganon.
Oh. It's a rite of passage.
Rite of passage
Rite of
talaga.
passage. And of course, the other one is Bob's forward belly thrust. Yung, yung ganun lang. So that's
I mean,
something I
that's
can
easy.
do now. So,
I
you
think
know,
you can all do one super move. The one that Akuma does, wherein he grabs someone's shirt, turns off the lights, and all you can hear is moaning sounds. I think we can all do that.
we got- And also, I don't know if it counts, but I really, there are times that I really want to Falcon punch someone in the face. Something like that. I don't know.
A
Whenever-
strong super punch is really good talaga. Like, I
Yeah.
can understand
Whenever we
why.
do like those fucking events in SMX, I've always wanted to punch people. Or yung hurricane kick ni Ryu, like in fucking crowds. So, but yeah, I
That's
do
why,
not
like,
miss those days.
That's why Rio is one of my favorite shows. Like his true super is not yung how Shokoken niya. No, it's just a really good punch. Where it just slows down and then just does a good karate punch. Fucking sharp.
A good gut punch, something
Oh.
like that.
It's not even
Right.
a gut punch. It's a
Torso punch, yeah.
Wait, since you guys are here, I just found this old pillow. What pillow is this?
Space station.
I don't know.
See? Because you're not fucking crazy. Because I had someone here, ang sabi niya, pero, oy, may unan ka na Squid Game.
What in the world?
I don't it annoys me so much.
No!
No!
Even if walang kulay, I'd still
Yeah.
say PlayStation.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's so terrible.
You should have rebut. No, it's not. You fool.
Leave my place.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's a really, really fun episode. Very creative. I hope we're doing more episodes like this. Since again, it racks our brains a little bit. Gives us ideas. Gives the developers watching some ideas on future video games as well. So,
Not Jazz's,
guys,
though.
not mine though. Like mine's stupid as it is, but not stupid
It is-
enough.
Jazz
Alright.
is my favorite. It's fucking.
All right. Closing thoughts, and before we wrap this up, let's start with Mike.
Okay, so ang takeaway nito is although ang hirap niyang isipin at first, it's fun kasi it obviously brings out the creative side sa amin as part of the team, diba? Tapos you get to understand din in the process yung train of thought nila Jazz, ni Rene, tsaka ni Trickster and others if you guys are also sending out your contributions. So it's fun and sana we will have more of this. So kung meron kayong mga suggestions na pwede namin gawing activity, let us know. Send a message out. Check out my socials at Captain Mike PH kasi doon ko i-explain lahat ng nakikita ninyong naka-blur ngayon dyan, and then one of them will be discussed during some bonus content for G3. So check us out.
Yeah. All right. Next, Trickster.
I just realized the concept you made is basically Tekken Revolution with the coin thing. That's why it never became popular. For real, it's almost the same. You had to buy your fucking coins and able to be able to.
To play the game.
I have to check that out.
Yeah, that's the game where Eliza came from, by the way. So Eliza's not a new character in when Tekken 7 showed up. So as fun as this conversation was, I'm actually hoping to get the Virtual Fighter next week, but next week it's not going to be Virtual Fighter.
Wait, is there
Uh,
no one?
no, it's Virtual Fighter 5, an
Oh,
updated version. So,
alright.
pero there is a new one coming. So, pero not soon. So, to keep us waiting, it's Virtual Fighter 5 muna. I'm not going to do Virtual Fighter 5 next week because next week is February, right? Yeah, it's
Yes.
February. So, in celebration of February, the month of love, I am going to play Dustborn.
Dustborn.
What?
Month of Love and Dustborn.
Yeah, so next
Uh,
week,
It's
next week.
G3 sponsored torture.
Torch.
Hindi, ano yun? Magandang title sa stream ni Trickster yun. Love and Dustborn, di ba?
Love and Dustborn, dude. Yeah. That's gonna be
Love,
amazing.
Dustborn, and robots. I mean, as robots. So,
Right. Love, a dead game, and robots.
Yes.
Right. Perfect. Yeah. Right. Love, death, and robots. So yeah.
Oh.
All right.
that's all for me.
Rene.
Yeah, I'm very excited for February. Kung ganyan pala yung gagawin ni Trix, I'm gonna hop on Steam and see sa Dustborn one player play.
And it's just
Uh,
Trickster.
Yeah. Well, yeah, again, I enjoyed this. Yes, we'll do more of these types of content. I do want to push everyone's, because I noticed G3 has an Instagram account. I want to push everyone's Instagram. So I want to do an informal giveaway here. I have a 90s Kenner
Oh,
Aquaman action figure
Aquaman.
loose. Yeah. So I'm giving this away to anyone who can send me photos of you following mine, Mike's, Jazz's, and the G3 podcast's Instagram account. I don't know what the fucking acts are, what the fucking handles are. So just send me that you followed
Let's
all
create
of
a
us.
post. You know,
Yeah.
let's create a post and then add that. Right.
Yeah, I'm giving
Perfect.
this away because I saw this. It was an impulse buy, and then I got home. Meron pala ako. so, yun. So instead of just like fucking keeping it here, I figured, yeah, let's add eyeballs on all of our, because you guys know I'm more of an Instagram guy. But yeah, man, like fucking aside from that, again, follow me on all of the social media platforms at Rene Cruz Arhar. Writing jokes right now, so I will announce a show soon.
Yon.
By soon I mean like 3 to 6 months. So, yun lang.
Chill. Bukas pala na gano'n. Bukas.
Oh, kailan yung show mo?
Bukas.
Focus.
Alright, thank you, Rene. And of course, on my end here, guys, thank you so much for watching this episode. This has been a fun activity for the G3 podcast as well. So yeah, I think I've been, I think you guys have seen me play and stream on a regular basis already. And nakita nyo na rin ako mag-stream ng Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. So that's gonna be my weekend. So I might stream tonight after this podcast, and then probably tomorrow then if di mag-conflict yung stream namin ni Lala, no? And of course, anytime next week. Wala pa akong schedule kasi ng stream because again, I get busy working. So again, follow me on all my socials, ayan, at General Tuna 19, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, OnlyFans, kung ano man, no? Feet Finder, ayan, Grindr, ayan. Alright, follow me there.
Is that a real thing?
Yes,
Yes,
Feet
it's a
Finder is a legit website. You can see pictures of my feet there or whatever. I don't know. So yeah, thank you so much, guys. Once again, ayun lang. Naubos na yung sasabihin ko. Thank you so much and we'll see you next episode.
And
Just
yun na nga.
your boy. Ting, 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 ting.
Mortal Kombat!